Ringside Side Eyes with Jimmy Vibes.
You just want to talk wrestling and bullshit. We've said it. No, you're in the river, bitch. Hello. What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's Jimmy Vibes here. And I'm back for another episode this week. And I got a jam-packed episode for you guys. There's a lot to discuss. All the mess in the wrestling world. And you guys know that I'm here to clean it up. Well, we just had BattleGround. We're going to discuss BattleGround. We're going to talk a little bit about NXT that happened last week. Definitely want to dive into NXT. So I'll be doing NXT every other week. Since I'm not recording shows on Wednesdays, guys. Like, come on. So we're going to do a little bit of NXT. But first things first, I just want to thank you guys for the fucking support. You guys are dope. But some of you guys are, I'm going to be honest, you guys are disappointing me. You guys are letting me down a bit. But, and I'll let you guys know why. Because I feel like I get the likes on the YouTube that you guys come and give the likes and comments and stuff. But y'all ain't going over to the iTunes and giving me a rate or leaving a review. So head on over. I'll wait. There you go. Go on up to your apps. Figure it out. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. Go ahead. Rate me. Give me a review. I need you guys to do that for me, please. I'll appreciate it. But while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys in on a little bit of a secret. Well, it's not really a secret because some of you guys might already know if you guys follow us on social media, but I'm going to be having a guest for a quick little segment over here as we go over BattleGround, the San Diego Comic-Con event that we just had, NXT, like I said earlier, and yeah, and then we're going to move on later in the show and talk about what happened on Raw and SmackDown. So Nick is coming on, you guys. My good old pal Nick. So he's coming on, and we're going to discuss a little bit about what's going on in the wrestling world right now. And we're going to get into a bit of the pay-per-view and see what happens. So let's get Nick on the line and let's get this going.
Hello.
Nick, what's up?
Hey, boo. Not too much. I'm just hanging out. What are you doing?
You know, just living the dream.
Living the dream, love.
So what's new with you, Nick? Welcome back. Oh my God, I feel like it's been forever since me and you have actually had a conversation where I could hear your voice. We've been doing a lot of texting, but
I know, it's crazy, eh? Like, we used to do this, like, every week. I'm just so used to just chatting up, hearing that accent of yours. It's been a while, but...
Oh, bitch, don't try me. It was so funny because when I was in Vegas with Gigi, and she was, like, with all my friends, so I just stopped, and I looked at Gigi. I was like, Gigi, do you hear our accent? And she goes, oh, my God, I didn't want to say anything, but...
Oh, clearly, my God. Like, I've seen some of the snaps and stuff. I'm like, oh, the thick accents. I thought yours was pretty thick, but some of your friends, I'm like, jeez.
Nick, you got an accent, too, with your whole oot and a boat and all of that Canada stuff.
Oh, bitch. Girl back.
So, actually, I've been wanting to ask the listeners as well, and I'm going to ask you, too. Now, this is a very important question, Nick, okay?
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
Have you guys listened to the new Lana Del Rey album? What is wrong with you, Nick? Oh, my God.
Okay, hold up. I didn't listen to the full album. I was getting ready. I had my wig on, like, ready, glued tight. I was ready for, like, a wrestling question or something, but no. But, yeah, like, I've listened to a couple of the songs. They're good. They're good, like, chill, like, smoking songs, but I haven't listened to the full album. I'm not, like, obsessed with her like you are. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Well, yeah, the album is great. So, listeners, if you guys are fans of Lana Del Rey, let me know. I'll follow you instantly just because you're a fan of Lana Del Rey. But
hi, listeners. I've missed you guys. I missed all you guys.
They've actually missed you too, Nick. They all like, oh, I miss how the show used to be, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Well, that's why Nick is here today. Hello. This is you guys' show.
I'm here for you guys, and I'm here to I missed James. I missed everything. I missed podcasting in general, but life's been going pretty good. I graduated school. I moved into my new apartment. There's just lots of stuff going on. My job's going crazy. I'm hopefully getting a full-time position soon, so fingers crossed. But yeah, like I'm still around for wrestling. I fucking love wrestling. So
And Nick,
I'm really excited. And listeners, what?
I was just gonna let them know that you run the social media stuff. So every time you see something on social media, that's Nick doing it in the background, getting shit done.
I'm the ringside social media coordinator, bitches. I put that in my Twitter handler, but it takes up too much space. So I'm like, oh damn it.
Oh jeez, Louise. Well,
I know.
Well,
but
Nick,
yeah, but guys, just TPP. I just want to give one little thought before we move into it. TPP and the Pipeline podcast was so much fun. It was our little baby, and so it was really hard for me to give that up. But I'm really excited. I'm really having fun and enjoying your product, though, James. Like, you put so much work, so much effort into this. Congratulations once again. I just want to put it on air that you officially are on iTunes now. So, listeners, if you have not gone over and subscribed to that, what are you doing? Get your asses over there.
I know.
Subscribe.
I just dragged them for that too right now. I was like, these little bitches, they've been telling us for the longest time, we need to be on iTunes, we need to be on iTunes. We're on iTunes now, guys, so go and give us the 5 stars and hit us up with a cute-ass review. Let everybody know how great this show is. Like, come on.
Yes.
But
get it together.
Thank you, guys. But now, let's get into what the listeners tuning in for. Let's talk about some wrestling. And wrestling has been a fucking mess, but...
Oh, yes, it has. Oh, yes, it has.
I got Nick here to help me clean it up this week, and I'm excited. Yeah. But let's talk about...
We are the cleaners.
Yes, the cleaners. Let's talk a little bit about some of the good stuff that's been going on in wrestling lately. And I want to start off with a match that took place last week at NXT, which was Ruby Riott versus Ember Moon. I thought this match was super awesome. I feel like...
Oh my god, it was so good.
I thought it was amazing. I feel like Ruby and Ember work very well together. I loved all the transitions. I loved the finish from the stiff drop kick that set up for the Eclipse off the top rope. I thought it was great. But my only thing, Nick, that I had an issue with was there's no story. There's nothing like... They're just fighting to face Asuka. I understand that, but there's no story to it. But Nick, how did you feel about the whole match and everything?
Yeah, for the match itself, I found it was incredible. Both these women, it was the first time they've ever wrestled on WWE TV together, but their chemistry is amazing. So I was really looking forward to it. They kind of had that little tiny build up. Like, I do agree with you. There wasn't any story behind this, which kind of made it a little less, but I'm hoping eventually we can get an Ember Ruby program, because after seeing that match, I'd really like to see a full-fledged feud. But regardless, so they had that little backstage thing where like they were interviewing Ember, and then Ruby came in and she's like, "No, it's my time. I deserve it." So I'm like, they could have put a little bit more investment into the reasonings why these girls, and they didn't even establish that it was an actual number 1 contenders match. They just said that like, oh, whoever wins this may get a shot at Asuka. So. It was a little kind of lackluster in that sense, but for the match overall and the moves, like I'm really impressed with what's going on with Ruby, just being so new in NXT. We know she's a veteran on the wrestling scene, so it's really great to kind of see her get those opportunities and kind of use those moves that I've seen on the indies in her matches for so many years. Like, I love the when she uses the ropes to kind of like springboard off into the monkey flip.
I love that.
Very good. And the double knees into the second turnbuckle, that's just so cool. But yeah, the finish itself, like the Eclipse is probably my favorite NXT finisher right now. So I always really like to see how the ladies sell them each time they do it. And it's so devastating. So yeah. And on a side note too, I'm very, very happy with Ember Moon's look that she's been doing lately. I feel like she's just really kind of found her own, aside from the mic. So I just kind of feel like she needs that. However, they don't have any opportunity to really talk on the mic, it seems, lately. So
that is true. Yeah. I feel like the reason why the women, and I'm so glad you brought that up, because I was going to bring that up later on, The reasonings why I feel like the women are not incorporating in storylines yet on NXT is because not a lot of the girls are good talkers on NXT currently. Like, you have Asuka, whose English is her second language. Amber Moon, no shade, she usually falls flat on the mic. Ruby's
She's
pretty
flat on the
good,
mic.
but they're just building up Ruby right now. And then you got the Icons, who we all love, but they have that really thick accent.
They're so fun on the mic.
Yeah, they really are fun on the mic, but I feel like WWE is really like biased with them because these two girls already, they could be shot up to the moon right now, but WWE ain't gonna do it, and I feel like it's because of their thick accents. That's the only thing I could think of right now, because why aren't these two like heavily featured on NXT? There's no reason for them not to be. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, no reason at all. Like, both of them are so established in the ring.
Exactly.
Peyton Royce, honestly, the past like 2 years, she's just become amazing in that ring. Like, she's one of my favorites to watch in NXT. But yeah, I understand. Like, they have that whole character overall, mic work and ring skills, but they're just not doing anything with them.
Yeah, so just doesn't make
I don't know if they're just like, they don't know what kind of storyline they're doing, if they're going to do kind of a transitional stuff. They're focusing on Asuka and Ember and really kind of building that. They had Nikki kind of getting involved in there, so I don't know.
I think we have some questions that later that we're going to answer that I'm going to tie into this. So you guys hold up for that. But what I will say before we move on, I just hope like they play up, because now it's obviously going to be Ember and Asuka in Brooklyn. I just hope they play up, because now I feel like a storyline has to be created somewhere. And you know how Ember was thrown out of the ring in that battle royal by Asuka, and she broke her shoulder, or dislocated it. So I hope they build that into it, like Ember's coming back in revenge because this girl like broke her shoulder or whatever the hell it was. So hopefully they incorporate
the direction they're going with it, because I mean her promo she has had and executed kind of poorly. I'm gonna throw shade at that, because I love Ember Moon in the ring. I love the look. I've followed her for years, and from a standpoint from like indie girls, they don't really get much opportunity to talk on the mic. But every time I hear Ember, I'm just like, I can't get invested.
I think she gets nervous. I think like when the bright lights are in her face, she just loses her words, and I
kind of get like early Naomi.
Yes, me too. Yeah. She's just trying to get through it. I feel like she's probably like, oh my God, I have 30 more seconds left. Let me just throw in some more words. And
girl, you are now into the title picture, potentially even going to take the title off Asuka. You need to get it together.
That's what NXT is for. She's in NXT right now, and she's fixing it all up before she gets called up to the main roster. So I have no worries for Ember. I feel like she's going to do well, and I feel like she's going to correct this, and she's going to keep it moving. But
do you think there's going to be another women's match added to TakeOver at all, or do you think it's just going to be the one?
I mean, who else could wrestle? Like nobody. Like Nikki Cross. She seems like she's busy right now with Sanity, going after the tag team titles. She's not. She kind of did her thing, wrestling for a bit. I feel like they need to put her more in the managing role for a bit, because I want her to develop more of a personality. That's just me personally. But
I get that. I was happy with her last women's standing match with Asuka, though. That was brutal. And
then to just randomly, I don't want a random match. I'll just say that it has to make sense for me.
Okay.
Like, I don't want an Aaliyah and Liv tag match against the Icons just to have a second women's match on the card.
The only thing I could think of is like the Icons can like kind of pick on Ruby for losing, and then build up for a tag match, and Ruby can have a surprise partner, and it could be like a debuting person. I don't know. Or
Ruby can take both of them on. I would like that. That would be cool. Handicap match. But
yeah.
I also want to make a quick little mention on NXT. Thea Trinidad made her in-ring debut, kind of, sort of. She was outside of the ring. I guess she's going by, her name is Solida. I think that's the name that she's going by. I could be wrong, but I know it ends with Lida something, because I thought of Rosita when they first said it, and I was like, that's pretty similar to her old name at the old company she used to work for. But I think it's pretty cool that they teamed her up with CN, because he's just dreamy, and she compliments him well. He's the party boy. He's all about the girls love him, and he don't really care about wrestling. He just cares about getting girls, getting money, and having a good time. So I like that she's kind of like his main bitch, and she's here to set him straight and put all all the other girls in order and try to get him back on track because he ain't doing so well. So I love her attitude. I love how spicy she is. I love how they came in and played her and kind of like fucked up No Way Jose, which I hope No Way Jose does a full turn heel and he gets with CN and maybe form a tag team and they could become that Latin mafia I've been wanting so bad in WWE because CN can be the leader.
I like that.
Remember, I wanted it with Rosa Mendez, Alberto Del Rio, and the Primo brothers. Didn't they ask for their release? I believe they got released.
I heard rumors, but I seen
hasn't been confirmed.
Well, I seen one of them was wrestling at a live event, like in a dark match with somebody. But
I heard they asked for their releases, but who knows?
I heard that too.
But how do you feel about Solita, aka Thea Trinidad? Did you see her?
I've always been I haven't really been following too much. I've seen a couple clips like of her like yelling at him backstage after losing matches and like just her spicy attitude. And people are like, Cian, who is this woman? Who is this woman? And they're like, I don't have time. Blah, blah, blah. So I've just seen a couple little things like that. To be honest with you, NXT, it's kind of difficult for me to kind of follow. I don't have the network anymore, so I just kind of get to see I always get to watch the women's matches every week. But other than that, I try to kind of stick with the tag team division. Like, I'm loving the Authors of Pain. But yeah, I haven't really seen too much of that, but I love little Thea Trinidad. And Solita, I like that name. It's a little spicy, so I hope
What about her? Speaking of releases, her man, you know, she for the listeners who don't know, she dates Austin Aries, and she just got hired and he just left. How crazy. He wasn't happy.
Yeah, wasn't happy. He wanted that cruise. Well, he was for allegedly. Let me just put that word in there. He was unhappy in his role in the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
He didn't want it in the cruiserweight division anyway. They didn't give him the title. He lost his 3 matches consecutively in a row. He was on the pre-show for WrestleMania. So there was a lot of points where he was just very unhappy with either where his character was going, but I don't like
when people do that. Like he that's kind of like Caitlyn. They kind of leave me with a bad taste in my mouth because I feel like you haven't put in that much work for you to get upset with WWE to leave, and you've only been there for a hot minute. Like, he's only been on the main roster not even a full year yet, and for him to do it just left I like the guy. He just left a bad taste in my mouth.
Right, yeah. No, I hear you. And I mean, I've always kind of had a bad taste in my mouth from him with TNA when he, like, forcefully put his crotch in Christy Hemi's face.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that. I try to forget.
But I know. What a mess. So I just, ever since then, I'm just kind of like, ugh. But I know, I feel kind of bad for Thea, though. Like, I mean,
look, right now she's doing great. I check her Instagram and her Twitter. She looks like she's loving life. She's enjoying her new role with WWE.
She is loving life.
Good for her.
I'm so happy for her.
I'm glad she's not on that page in AJ Lee. Don't at me. Let's move on. I'll leave that over there. You know, we got to throw some shade. It's ringside side us. But let's talk some positivity. Let's talk about some good things going on in the wrestling world. You know, we're going to carry it on with some good things going on. Not everything is messy, but
we're going to keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing. Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky, and Bayley and the Bella Twins were on a big-ass media tour last weekend. They stopped at, I think it was San Diego Comic-Con, and it was on the wraps, big secret. Nobody knew what they were going to announce over there. I thought it was just going to be something for Total Divas or, I don't know, something with the action figures. Maybe Naomi's glowing, but and then I was like, Naomi ain't going to be there, so are they going to, like, I don't know, some kind of prop or something. I just thought it was going to be an action figure or something. But when it was announced that it was Mattel Fashion Barbie dolls, I gagged, bitch. First, let's discuss our love for fucking Barbie dolls. Growing up,
I know.
I played with Barbie dolls with my sister and my cousins growing up, and I would kill for a sable Barbie doll. Are you fucking kidding me? I would have snatched somebody's wig for it. Nick, what was your love for Barbie dolls? Did you love Barbie dolls growing up?
Oh, absolutely, girl. Like, thankfully, and I'm so grateful, my parents, they allowed and they bought Barbies for me when I grew up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, like, for my, 4th birthday and stuff, I'd get my Sailor Moon Barbies and, like, just be like, Sailor Moon! And, like, so happy. I had my Ariel Barbies. Like, I loved playing with the hair. And then as I gradually got older and watched the women's wrestlers, I would have fucking killed to had a Trish Stratus doll, a Tori Wilson doll, a Lita doll. You know what I mean? Like,
You're so lucky that your
I wanted
parents.
to ask you a question though. So you had no idea about the Mattel line for the women?
I had no clue. No clue.
Because it was I guess showcased or leaked, I guess, on Twitter about a month ago.
It must have been leaked because they
So
tried.
I knew about it already. But...
You knew that's what they were gonna go announce over there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I had no idea. I just saw like Charlotte and the girls. They were all tweeting like, "There's gonna be a big announcement." This, that, and the third. And then when I found out it was Barbie dolls, like, I gagged. Let me let the listeners know who's getting a Barbie doll. So obviously the women that I named are getting Barbie dolls. You got Natty, who's probably one of my favorite Barbie dolls because it really resembles her. So cute, and I love that they keep putting Natty in the middle. And then I started to think, why isn't Natty there? But
that's what I thought.
Yeah, I felt like Natty should have been there. Out of everybody that was announced too, I feel like Natty should have been there. And people are like, a lot of people are saying about Naomi. Naomi should have been there too. But Naomi's doll doesn't get released yet until next year. So Naomi has a doll as well. Eva Marie got a doll. And Alicia Fox got a doll. I think this is great for the women. And we're going to talk about Alicia Fox. But I think this is great for the women. And you know why? Like, this is monumental. Like, it's fucking Mattel. It's Barbie. Barbie is iconic. And I know that all those, like, macho wrestling fans, they were all pissed off that it wasn't just regular action figures. I was like, hello, they released two forms of these toys. They released the Mattel fashion Barbie doll, and they released another fashion, like, they kind of remind me of the Polly dolls. Did you see the other action figures?
I didn't like them. Like, I see it was like a Bayley and a Sasha.
Yeah.
I didn't really
I'm not a fan of it. It's just different. It's just something else. This is how I look at it. It's something else for the women to make money off of. Because for so long, WWE has deprived these women from making money, and WWE overlooked their fan base all the time. And I listened to a interview with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon where they discussed this whole launch that's going to happen. And they talked about how they were in a meeting 3 years ago, and somebody brought up a question that they went to Walmart and they saw all WWE products in the boys section, and they asked, why aren't there WWE products in the girls section? Yeah. Bing! Hello! Let's make some fucking money, WWE. And I'm glad that they got the ball going, and they're gonna have this big launch. I heard that right now there's limited, I guess, like, you're pre-ordering Barbie dolls right now, and they're very limited right now. So if you guys want a Barbie doll of your favorite, you better hurry up right now and get these fucking dolls because they're going quick.
Snatch them up.
They are going quick. Super good. Big exposure for the girls in WWE. Like, a mother with, like, 4 daughters who watch wrestling, now the mother can go and buy their daughters Barbie dolls and stuff like that. People are just going to see a fucking Becky Lynch orange hair Barbie doll, like little girls who probably don't even know what wrestling is and just want that doll because of Becky's look. So I think it's great.
Exactly. And it's just to kind of jump on that as well, it's just another opportunity for young girls to look up to these women as role models, right? Because it's like Barbie's had a lot of hate on, the actual kind of brand itself for kind of not really being a good representation or a good role model.
Yeah, to every girl,
right?
Yeah.
Right. So to have actual female wrestlers that maybe young girls that have been watching wrestling and have been, like we said, when we were younger, we would have fucking killed to have Barbies of our favorite divas, So for young girls that are wrestling fans now, that's amazing. But young girls that are not wrestling fans yet, that's another way for WWE to get new fan base. To get these young girls to be like you said, oh my gosh, look at this Becky Lynch with this fire hair and these cool pants. I want her. But who's Becky Lynch? Mom's like, I don't know who Becky Lynch is. And they look up, oh my God, she's a wrestler. Right?
And then you have the Bella twins. Oh my God, twin Barbie dolls? Oh my God, how cool. I want that, Mom. I want the Bella twins. I want WWE, hello.
And that's the thing, moms, think about this, another translover, moms know the Bella twins. They're like, oh,
they're from this show.
I know them, Total Divas and Total Bellas. One of them dates John Cena, one of them's getting married to John Cena right now. It's just so much translover. It's such a smart business move. It's amazing.
You know what else?
I'm just a little kind of pissed off that they didn't do this years ago.
Yeah. Like, they're so late with this, but I'm glad that they're finally doing it. Now, with the whole women's revolution, it just ties in. And, you know another thing I'm excited for? The custom fashion doll Barbies. When people buy them and customize them and make them. Oh, my God. They're going to be amazing. So, there's a lot of good things to come from this. And like I said earlier, we have Naomi's is going to come out. And I believe Bayley's in February. So, I think that's cool. I think right now you can get the Bella Twins, Sasha Banks and Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Natty. And they also said that I listened to the press conference, which was really a good watch.
I did too. It was really good.
Yeah, so shout out to Blake. Thank you for sending me that link, Blake. So they asked a lot of good questions and stuff, and there was a good funny part where one of the fans asked about Alexa Bliss and Lana. They threw some shade, and it was really cool and fun. And then Charlotte's like, I've been a baby face for a hot minute, but I could turn heel real quick. I was like, yes, Charlotte. And Nikki Bella was over there trying to be all positive and encouraging other women, lifting them up. And I was like, look at Nikki Bella and Charlotte. But I like what the woman's answer was, like, you know, you got to keep people waiting and stuff like that, you know, like, come back, there'll be more. So I'm sure we'll get an Alexa Bliss doll. I'm sure we'll get a Dana Brooke one, a Nia Jax. They'll come. Now, you know, you got to step out with the big girls, like the girls that are known and have a big following currently. Now,
absolutely.
Eva Marie, you have a Barbie doll. I'm a little disappointed in Eva Marie. She hasn't been messaging anything with her fans. She hasn't been letting us know what's going on with her. Eva, girl, you're losing your fan base. Like, people are just giving up on you. And I'm almost about to hang up my hat on the whole Eva Marie thing. I'm ready for her to just announce her release, because at this point, she's not engaging with her fans. She's not letting anybody know what's going on. And I'm not that one to sit around waiting for you, Eva. So I'm moving on. So I don't understand how she got a doll. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I understand the whole Total Divas thing, and they started working on this a while ago, but I feel like Eva Marie hasn't put in the work enough to get a Barbie doll just yet. That could have went to somebody else, I feel. What do you feel about Eva?
I'm a little disappointed as well. Like, a lot of us have been waiting to kind of hear about what the hell's going on. We've seen reports that she's off Total Divas, you know. We've seen the reports that she's just kind of waiting out her contract. But, like, I don't know, this Barbie thing's a huge deal. And for Eva Marie, you know what she's like. She's very marketable. She's very smart and as a businesswoman. So I just didn't quite understand why. And I don't know if there's a bad taste in her mouth with WWE. She doesn't want to say anything about it until she's released. I don't really know what's going on with that girl.
I feel like they should have pulled her doll.
I do agree with you, though, to a point. It's like, I'm kind of losing hope. Like, I know she's not going to be coming back to WWE, so I'm kind of like, all right, next. Like,
yeah, just pull the plug already. Like, it's dead. That's how I feel like.
Yeah.
And I feel like they should have pulled her doll, to be honest. Pull her doll and release Bayley's. Like, we don't need an Eva Marie doll. But another one. Alicia Fox. I'm done with Alicia Fox. I'm done with her, guy. Exactly. New Day, who. It's just a fucking mess. This girl's been with WWE almost 13 years. You get a fucking Barbie doll in your likeness, and you're not going to tweet about it. You're not going to acknowledge it. And then fans want to act like, oh, WWE, push her, do something with her. This bitch don't want them to do anything with her. Alicia Fox is exactly who the guys talk about on radio shows where they say, I don't want to be one of the guys backstage just collecting a paycheck. You know who they're talking about? Alicia Fox and her group back there that are sitting back just collecting a fucking paycheck, not doing a damn thing. That's who the fuck they're talking about. Alicia doesn't care. She doesn't care. So why should I care about Alicia Fox if Alicia Fox don't care about, if Victoria fucking Crawford don't give a fuck about Alicia Fox? Why the fuck do I give a fuck about an Alicia Fox? I don't care. WWE can roll over right now before Raw starts and let us know that Alicia Fox has been released, and I'll roll up a blunt and go on about my motherfucking night. I don't care. I'm at that point, Nick. She frustrates the shit out of me, and I'm almost this close to throw her in the fucking river. Weave and all.
Jesus, James.
Go ahead, Nick. I just can't.
Holy. You dragged half her weave collection down to the river already, just starting dumping them in.
I don't know. She just gets me so mad.
No, I agree. It's frustrating from a standpoint that she's a veteran. Like, you look at Natty. When Natty and her essentially kind of came in. Well, no, Victoria kind of came in a lot sooner than her a couple of years before. But they are both at that veteran status, right? So you see Natty in this collection, and how happy and proud she is to have this and tweeting and sending all these things, and all the other girls are interacting with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But where's Alicia?
Exactly. Like, I understand.
You'll see maybe one Instagram, and then I don't know. Has she posted anything during all of this?
No, not at all. Nothing. Nothing. She hasn't tweeted for 3 days straight.
Bitch, you lose your phone? Like, what happened?
Somebody needs to put this bitch on a milk carton and let her know that she has a motherfucking doll, because can't nobody find her. I at her on Twitter and let her know, hey, Alicia, I don't know if you know, but they released a doll. Mattel released a fashion Barbie doll. It's kind of a big deal. I think you should acknowledge it. I added her. I was like, whatever, let her see this shit. Let her catch it. If it's shade, you know what? It is shade, because I feel like it's just so disrespectful. I feel like it's just another, last week we had a whole thing about stains. Alicia Fox is a stain this week. She's just a fucking stain. I can't believe her. Like, she really disappointed me, because I was all excited to see everybody excited with their dolls coming out. You know what I mean? Like, what a big moment. And you're not even going to acknowledge it. Never mind try to fester a storyline. Like, poor Dana Brooke. Dana is scratching the floors trying to get something going. She's even trying the whole Titus brand thing. Like, I respect that. I respect it. She's trying. Alicia you never see anything of Alicia trying. No. And then people are like, oh, somebody tried to give me some lame ass excuse on Tuesday, like, oh, she's comfortable in the position she's in, blah 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 blah. She likes how the position she's in. If you get comfortable in a competitive ass career like WWE, then bitch, give me your fucking wrestling card and get the fuck out, because you don't belong here. You don't. So I'm done with Alicia Fox. So the little fans that she has, if you guys want to come for me, I can probably hit you all with one rock and catch every single one of you guys, because there ain't many.
There's not too many.
There's not too many.
Diehards, but that's it.
No, because I give more of an uproar for the whole Alicia Fox than anybody fucking else, because I never hear anybody else bring up the whole Foxy thing. You hear them ask about Emma.
Thinks about her.
Yeah, people will ask about Emma. They'll ask about Summer Rae. They'll ask about Mickie James. But ain't nobody asking about Alicia Fox, because we forget about her. Even the people she works with wouldn't even let her in the building, because they didn't even know who she was, because they forgot who the fuck the bitch is too. Like, ugh. I can't.
I forgot about that.
See, Nick, you even forgot about her fucking misfortunes too. The girl is just a mess. Alicia, pack up your bags and go. Just go. Go. Now, since Alicia should be transitioning out, somebody else was teasing about coming back into WWE. And I'm here for it. We talked a little bit about the whole press conference with the women, and Brie Bella mentioned they were asking questions, and Brie Bella said something about, like, what she would like WWE to do in the future, and she said for 2018 she would like a women's Royal Rumble. And I was like, oh, so that's when you're coming back, Miss Thing. I was like, she dropped it right there. I have a feeling that we're gonna have the Royal Rumble with the women coming real soon. The next Royal Rumble. Okay. And I would bet my last dollar that the Bella Twins are going to be in that Royal Rumble. That's when the Bella Twins come back, because Nikki Bella also revealed that she's still rehabbing an injury. You know, her neck. She's taking some time off to let it heal on its own. And I think she's going to come back with her sister. I think the WWE wants to have them both come back together, instead of have Nikki come back and then have Brie come back. I think they should come back together. It'll be more impactful, especially at such an historic event like the Royal Rumble. You really think Brie don't want to be in the Royal Rumble? And she mentioned 2018 there should be a women's Royal Rumble. It's a seed, guys. Brie's coming.
Oh, definitely. Well, there's probably already been talks of it. That's why it's kind of... Yeah. I mean, it's potentially her idea, She's probably pitched it to them, like, okay. They're probably like, so are you coming back? You want to come back? She's like, yes, this is the idea. She said Daniel, and then we're like building I thought that was cute. They're getting a wrestling ring, so he's like training her and stuff.
Yeah, so she's definitely coming back. So good for her.
One of my kind of like, from a fan standpoint, I feel like I get what you mean. Like, it would be nice to see the Bellas come back together, but I'd kind of like to see Nikki come back on her own first. Maybe around like Survivor Series, I just see her coming back before, and then like they could build up a story in the Rumble itself. Like, everybody's beating on Nikki and nobody's helping Nikki, and then Brie comes back.
Ooh, you just gave me an idea that I would like for that to happen, for what you just said. But we'll just have to wait and see. But we'll talk about that a little bit down in the questions.
Yeah, you tell me later.
But another thing I just want to say, like, WWE was smart for bringing back the Bella Twins in 2011. As much as people dislike the Bella Twins, they've done a lot for the women's division. They've put them on this platform with
They've
Total
done a lot for
Divas.
WWE.
Yeah, they've done a lot. So shout out to WWE for bringing them back in 2011. Look at the women now. Now they got Barbie dolls. They got a TV show. They got merch. They got all the good stuff. And the Bellas did a lot of fucking work. As much as you guys hate the Bellas, they've done a lot of work to get the girls this poppin'. So, and then shout out to the 4 horsewomen who put in that motherfucking work to get their asses a fucking Barbie doll and appreciate it. So,
Yes.
um,
So before we move on from that, because you dragged Alicia and like her weave collection down to the river, or I feel like her head's dunked in. You dunked her a couple times.
Yeah.
But and Eva as well. So if you could replace those two girls in that line, with new women's kind of Barbies, who would you choose?
Alexa and Carmella.
And
And Carmella will come with a Money in the Bank briefcase or something like that, like a cute one.
See, I was thinking that hopefully they'll do like legends, you know, like
I'm sure they will.
Trish and Lita.
I'm sure they will. I bet you they're already working on that.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you any money, because now it's a new line. Like, they just kicked off a whole thing for girls. Like, boys have the action figures, but this is a whole new entity for. They could do anything. They could do little cosplay outfits for the little girls to get, like Becky Lynch little. You know how Becky would wear the bell bottom thing with all the steampunk stuff going down the leg.
Right.
Now they can sell like crowns and like little jewel shit for like Charlotte. Give them like little robes and you could dress up like Charlotte.
Charlotte needs a couple of better outfits because this soccer mom look.
Yeah, the sporty look.
Her Barbie, I was not here for it.
I get what they were trying to do because Charlotte's really athletic, so they try to give Charlotte, make her the sporty doll. They made Natty and Nikki Bella the red carpet doll. Bree's more of the hippie bohemian doll. Naomi's the fun at night doll. You know, like going out fun, and you know everybody got their own little thing. So,
absolutely, yeah.
I'm
so excited for it. I'm definitely picking up a couple.
Yeah, I want Charlotte's. I really, obviously, and I think I want probably Becky Lynch. But you know,
I'll probably get the 4 horsewomen.
You know who's like missing from the whole bunch though, out of the whole picture? I feel like had she had her shit together, Paige would easily be in that line.
Oh my god, yes.
Easily. I feel like Paige is one of the girls WWE was like, nah, take her out. She's not gonna.
That would have been a really fun doll.
Yeah, exactly.
Too, you know?
She would have been a popular one with the pale skin and the dark hair. People would want Paige because she's just.
And I like because I mean those like what are they, Monster High dolls? That's
yeah,
big.
they're big. So
like these grungy looking dolls that she would have been a good one, but I mean she's a mess right now. So
yeah, she'll get it together, Paige. Just get it together. But
I hope so.
Speaking of Paige, over the weekend she was getting body shamed on the internet. People are saying that she's losing too much weight, and then people are saying that she got a boob job, and she's just like rolling her eyes. And then she responded, and I think she put a comparison picture together, and or maybe one of her fans did, and it was a bra that she's wearing, because in one shirt you could see like bones in her chest, and in the other shirt you see that she has cleavage. I'm like, hello, she's wearing a fucking magic bra or whatever the hell they're selling on Instagram.
Magic push-up bra. Like, you know how many girls do that? Good God.
Yeah, she probably got that bra. You see the one on Instagram and that all the girls the one that Amber Rose has on.
The one that you like.
You pull the string.
Tie up real quick.
Yeah. Is that what you got on page, girl?
I think so, girl.
But
I just felt really bad though, because I sent you that photo in the chat when I seen it all. I'm like, this girl's getting shamed online, and I'm like,
yeah, it was you who sent me that. Yeah, you were the one who put me on to it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was in P-Town, bitch. I was partying it up when you were letting me know what was going on. So I couldn't like really like pay attention because I had a lot going on. Have you ever heard of P-Town, Nick?
No.
Let me tell. Story time.
Sounds a little rat, but okay.
Actually, it's pretty cute. It's a cute little town by the Cape. You know, I live in Rhode Island. It's like we're on the coastline. So it's like a cute little beach town. And it's full of the gays. It's like gay central. So it's just out of control. And my friends have been begging me to go there forever. And I just don't have any like desire to ever go there. So I thought we were gonna go to the beach yesterday, just a regular beach, regular. These bitches ended up driving all the way to fucking P-Town. I didn't even realize it until I saw a sign that said Providence Town. I was like, what the fuck? You guys are bringing me all the way? I was over it, but I had a good time. I had a good time, even though I was kidnapped. But I didn't get to see what you were. So me being over there, being distracted, I didn't catch up on the whole page thing. And you were hitting me up, letting me know that Zara, former NXT signee, was getting attacked too by fans. I was like, I tried to figure out what was going on, try to piece it together, but I couldn't figure out what was going on. So can you enlighten me?
About what? About Zara?
Yeah. What was going on?
Oh God, yeah. Well, I was just scrolling through Twitter when I was at work, minding my business, and I seen her subtweet this guy. Here, you keep talking. I want to try to find this. I'll pull a Sam right now.
Well, you guys know I love Zara, so I don't know what the hell was going on with that. But while Nick looks that up, I just want to give a shout out to Taya Valkyrie because she listened to the show last week and she gave me a cute little shout out because I talked about that mess of a scam, AAA, that put my girl through this fucking mess. Oh my God. But she poured that tea and I sipped it along with you guys. So I thought it was pretty cool that she reached out to let us know that she was digging the tea too, because she put out her little tea emoji and so that she's sipping the tea as well this morning. Yes. And I was like, yes, how cool. So shout out to you, Taya, and congratulations on getting signed with GFW. Now you're just moving on to bigger and better things. And girl, I can't wait to see you in the WWE because I know it's going to fucking happen. I know that your fiance is going to come back to WWE as well at some point because everybody wants to finish their career out in WWE. I mean, it's the place to finish your career. I feel like if you started there. So yes. I would love to see him come in again. I would love to, he's super talented, and for her to follow in with him.
Absolutely. Well, you know me, I've always been a huge
you love her. I know you love her.
So when I seen her giving you that shout out for her listing last week, I was like, oh, that's amazing. I was so happy for that. Mm-hmm. And so to see her go through all that kind of mess and that shade, it's crazy. But oh my God, her fiance, John is just a savage with half of his stuff. Did you see his little Comic-Con section?
What happened?
Apparently, Babe Puro was doing another signing down the road, mm-hmm. or not down the road, but down in another section, he had a sign calling him a trash bag and showing that that's his place going down there, and he's smiling with it. I'm just oh my God.
So I have a question for you. Have they left Lucha Underground, both of them?
I feel like their contracts, I think they're just waiting down. But I mean, if Ty is signed with GFW, I'm assuming she have.
So she might have just finished up the last season and she's done because they tape in advance.
Yes.
So they might write her out.
So she's done. I don't know how long because Johnny was one of the first stars and one of the bigger stars there. So I know their contracts are a little bit longer. It's kind of the same thing with Mysterio right now. So I don't know how long, but he's definitely going to be going to GFW, and he's a great talent for that because I really want to see that promotion succeed.
Me too.
They kind of have a new start. They're trying to get their shit together with the women's division there. So I'm hoping, and with Taya just being introduced, she's going to be one of the best stars there. Let me tell you, I can see it now. I know I've been watching her career for years, and to finally see her get an opportunity, just wait till this bitch gets on the mic and drags all the other girls. It's just gonna be so fun. So,
it is gonna be.
But going on back to Zara.
Yeah.
This is the tea.
Okay. What is it? Let's get close, everybody. Everybody get in close. Huddle up.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm. Okay. What is it?
Okay. So, this was 2 days ago. Zara tweeted, "I find it funny that the same people who buried me 2 years ago are now asking me to do their podcast or glorifying me for being strong." Oh. Apparently, the guy that did this podcast message, and this was just gross. He's like, "Funny, I can't find one podcaster who is pursuing you. Seems most prefer you in .g or JPG form so they could blow their loads without hearing you yet." And she said, "Sick and sad that there's grown-ass men out there that are talking to women like this. I don't even know you." And then he kept going at her. He's like, "Funny how you can all talk shit towards others, but when you get it back, you get all pissed. You call me a creep, but keep the emailer silent." And she's like, "I didn't talk shit. My statement had nothing to do with you or your shitty fucking podcast. Get a fucking life, dude."
Good for her.
So that's what I seen, and I just felt bad for the poor girl.
I hope she wasn't talking about us, because I reached out to her and I asked her, I was like, I think it's really cool that you're starting your own podcast, and I would like you to come on and just discuss with us. But she knows we love her.
She tweeted him back that.
Oh, so it was this guy.
So, yeah, it was the back and forth type of conversation. She wasn't like subtweeting about shitty podcasts in the world, because bitch, we ain't a shitty podcast.
No, because I just want to know who asked her. I'm sure there was other people who asked her to come on, because, you know, when you got something popping, people want you to come on and come talk about it. But I did I reached out to her. She didn't get back to me, and she usually likes and retweets me, but she didn't say anything. But I get it. Like, we're on the same lane. She's trying to do her own thing. Good for you. Like, I'm going to support her. I'm going to listen to her podcast, because I've always liked Zara. I still like Zara, and I believe people deserve second chances, and I've given her a second chance. And I've given Hulk Hogan a second chance as well. And I don't feel like people should be crucified for being ignorant. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then when they wake up and realize that what they're doing is wrong, and I guess like the backlash, I feel like her being fired from WWE really humbled her. And I just
she lost her dream job, and she knew she fucked up, and now she was on just kind of down trying to do indie stuff, still had a love and passion for wrestling, and still does. So she's just trying to do her thing 2 years later.
People are just disgusting.
I know, and especially how he was talking to her like that. That's when everybody went off on him. So
good.
But yeah, so that's what was going on. There, poor thing.
My poor girl. No wonder you told me that I better get in there and go defend her, because had I caught that, you already know I would have been on that guy. I would have been on him.
Oh, I know. That's why I was like, ooh. you better fucking hold on to your weave tight, because James coming at you real quick.
Oh man, but. A lot of us were holding our weave on tight last night watching BattleGround, because the women really showed out last night. They did a good job last night at BattleGround. I loved it. What was your whole view on BattleGround before we really dissected? Did you enjoy the women's match? Because I did.
I enjoyed the women's match. I've seen so many wrestling fans online bitching about the It's so funny. People will bitch about the SmackDown Women's Division being like, oh, I hate all of the women being in one storyline, and I hate that they do the same matches with all the women. I just want single matches. And then on Raw, they're like, oh, I hate that they're only showcasing and doing 2 women or 4 of the women here. Like, I want to see the rest of the girls. I want to see this. I want to see that. It's like, well, bitch, you get to see, it's just so frustrating. But the match they put on together itself, it was really fun. I love elimination style matches anyway.
Me too.
I was really excited. I seen reports online that Natty was potential to, she was kind of
favorite to win?
Dirt Sheets. Yeah, the Dirt Sheets choices. But I was like, I could see it, but I was still rooting for Charlotte. Charlotte was kind of my choice from the very beginning, and I'm like, okay.
Really?
Well, I just figured she lost on last Tuesday against Becky before BattleGround, and I kind of just felt like the storyline where they were building, with Charlotte and Naomi having that first match a while ago, but getting interrupted by the welcoming committee, I felt like SummerSlam would be a good little spot for them to have their final one-on-one, but I feel like they're holding off on that. But regardless, before I kind of get into the winner, my thoughts on that, I was really impressed by Lana. I know a lot of fans give her a lot of shade lately, but for somebody so new, kind of getting into the ring there, she's very fun and animated as a character as well, which
isn't it funny? Isn't it funny how before they died for Lana to get into the ring, and now that she's in the ring, they throw shade? Oh, why does Lana get to do this? Why Lana this? Why Lana that? So fucking annoying.
She doesn't deserve that.
But let's start off with this match. Let's really break it down. We started off with a promo package with Naomi, which I thought was fucking slaveful. It was so freaking good. I loved it, with her glowing in the dark and her speaking over the soundtrack, and then they're showing all the other women. I thought that was really cool. The match itself, I thought the match was great. Lana and Tamina teaming up together. We all knew that was going to happen. I don't know why people are surprised that happened in the match. I thought it was great.
People were surprised?
Yeah. I loved, they told the fucking story that Tamina got eliminated because she was too busy trying to help Lana. And that's exactly why she got eliminated. And then Lana got eliminated shortly after Tamina because her muscle wasn't there anymore. So I feel like Lana had such a strong presence in the ring. Her gear was everything. Her gear looked amazing. And you guys know I was not a fan of Lana's gear WrestleMania, when her first debut, it was just tacky as fuck. And this is the gear that I like for Lana. It's a good look on her. And I saw some people saying it looks like a fucking swimsuit, and I'm like, don't all the other women's bathing fucking gear look like swimsuits? Like, get out of here.
True.
But the whole thing with Tamina helping out Lana, and then she gets eliminated. I thought that was pretty smart booking. I thought that was fun. I felt like Becky Lynch fought really hard, and she looked really strong, and she really took a fucking beating. Becky was she got dragged.
She got dragged to the river.
She did. The fucking Lana and Tamina did a number on her, and I liked how and then she ended up fighting through there. You know, the whole fire and lit you on fire and all that stuff with Becky Lynch made sense. Becky fought through that, and then Natty's sneaky ass came in and took advantage of it, and Natty pinned Becky Lynch out of nowhere and just pinned her, which I thought was cool, because remember, Natty just popped out of the screen out of nowhere and just stepped on her back and then drop kicked her. I was like, yes! I was like, yes! Because you guys know my love affair for Natty. I love Natty. I've been a fan of Natty for a long time, Nick. I sat here, I went to war with you about Miss Natty over here, because you guys know I love me my kooky little Natty. But, and then when it got down to Natty and Charlotte, this was just a straight up match. These two have great chemistry. The chain wrestling was on point, one after the other. I love the armbar into the power bomb from Charlotte, because it was cool how Natty transitioned into an armbar and tried to rip off fucking Charlotte's arm, and then Charlotte reversed it and got up and literally like power lifted Natty. I was like, I don't think Charlotte's gonna be able to get her all the way up there. Charlotte should just bring her down now. But Charlotte was like, no, bitch, I'm the motherfucking queen. This bitch is going on my fucking shoulders, bitch, and then I'm gonna bring her the fuck down. How dare you tell me to fucking power bomb her halfway through?
I kind of like how it was a slow build.
It was.
It was kind of like a.
It really was, but it was just great.
I could watch Natty Charlotte matches all day.
It was beautiful.
But just real quick, I was very surprised by Natty just sneaking up and snatching Becky real quick.
Yes.
A pin.
It was great.
Oh, that was real quick.
It was quick. It was fast. It was believable, and I loved the booking. I thought the booking of this match was fucking brilliant. And you know, like you said earlier, before we finish up about the results of this match, you know how you were saying like fans are so upset with like the women being booked as a group. What they fail to realize is there is a storyline going on. All these women are a part of the storyline. Carmella recently broke off from the storyline. You know what I mean? And now you're going to have Charlotte break off from the storyline. You're going to have Natty now, she's moving on to Naomi. Natty has been broken off. You know what I mean? Now there's going to be that Becky Lynch and Charlotte thing that's going to be going on, because Becky and Charlotte ain't going to be best friends for long on WWE.
Well, what I think it's going to be Becky and Charlotte and
Lana and Tamina.
Tamina and Lana, to have that little program going.
Yeah, that's gonna go for a bit. But I was just saying, like, them two ain't gonna last long, Becky and Charlotte. I don't think so.
Neither is Lana and Tamina.
No, not at all. Because these two, something's up with this, and they need to explain it. And I liked how Naomi was on commentary. She's like, I don't know who's trying to stab who in the back. And I was like, yeah, me either. And I thought Naomi.
I was going to ask you, how did you find Naomi on commentary?
I thought Naomi did well. And you know what I think? I think it's her being champion. Now she has that confidence in her. I think it's finally in there. Now that they gave her the belt that's glowing. Like, you know, every time I say about Naomi, when somebody asking me about Naomi, all I'm going to say is her fucking title glows, bitch. Her title glows. Yeah. She's good. WWE is good money with her right now, because Naomi's doing the damn thing. Because I've been saying for so long that Naomi needs to bring that personality that we all know and love, and she needs to bring that into her character, and she finally have. Like, the first thing she says to JBL, when JBL's like, aren't you tired coming down here doing all that dance? She's like, well, it ain't for old folks. I was like, yes.
Ain't for old folks like you.
Yeah. I was like, thank God, Naomi, be funny. Like, you know, Naomi's funny. She got jokes. That's what I've always wanted her to incorporate. You guys can go back episodes ago. The same shit I've been saying. But anyways, back to the match. I love Charlotte goes up for her classic moonsault. Natty puts her knees down and then puts her knees up, drives her knees into Charlotte's ribs when Charlotte comes crashing down, and then rolls Charlotte right into the bottom turnbuckle and gets a sneaky pin, and Natty gets the win. Shout out to my girl. It was a big surprise. I thought Charlotte was going to kick out, but I was just like, I don't know if she's going to kick out, because Charlotte was really selling it at that point. And when Natty got that win and they ring the bell, I was just like, oh my God, rejoice, rejoice, Natty won. I was so excited for her. I've been dying for this Naomi and fucking Charlotte feud. I mean, this Natty and Naomi feud, because remember the whole thing with Nikki Bella, when Natty finished off with Nikki Bella, I was like, all right, now it's time for her to move on over to Naomi, but Naomi got injured, and that's who they were positioning Naomi to go up against, was Natty, and I'm glad that they're finally doing it for SummerSlam. I'm excited. I'm happy with the result. What about you, Nick? How do you feel about the result?
I'm really happy with the result, actually, because Natty, she's so deserving, you know? She's so deserving, and I found it really interesting. I was happy that, who was it? I think it was Tom Phillips said that she is one behind Trish Stratus for the most pay-per-view matches. She's at 38, so at SummerSlam it will still be tying Trish, so I think that'll be really cool. Can
you imagine if she wins tying Trish? She wins the Smack, like, it's a possibility, guys.
It's a possibility. I was really happy. The match itself at the end, I loved it. And having Natty pick up that win, I'm excited to see where this program is going after, because I don't know if you've seen her on Talking Smack afterwards.
I didn't. You want to...
Oh my! You need to go and watch her promo, because she literally dragged every single girl in the division.
Good. And this is the girl that people used to say don't know how to talk, can't hold them. Yes, like Natty's
and
not
it was
convinced.
Funny too, because even like Renee noticed it, and she's just like, I like this Natty. Like, this is new. Like, newfound confidence, like new this, new that. Like she was telling like Jerry that, you know, like, you call yourself a king, but I'm actual royalty. So, and like going off about like Lana's not even deserves to be in the ring with me because she's not even the same caliber on me. And because I'm royalty, I'm wrestling royalty. I'm the best there is, best buzz, best there ever will be. Blah blah blah. Just going off about Charlotte, saying that she deserved it. Like she deserves all this kind of backlash because she was a bitch essentially to everybody. She was going on, just every single woman talking about Carmella, talking about stuff backstage. So Naomi, like, oh my god. So you definitely need to watch it. I won't spoil everything for you, but
look what a cat suit can fucking do. Because ever since Natty jumped into that fucking cat suit, it's been a new fucking Natty. Even when she was managing Cesaro and TJ. I lived for Natty, especially when she debuted the cat suit at WrestleMania a couple of years back. I was like, yo, this look is Natty. I love it. It's everything. So shout out to you, Natty. You fucking deserve it. You've worked your ass off. You're the most improved wrestler that I've seen in the past 2 years next to Naomi. You and Naomi. And I know that you guys are each other's dream matches. You guys really want a good feud between the two of them because they genuinely love each other. And Naomi just loves wrestling Natty. She loves it. So I really hope that these two get a good program going into SummerSlam, and I
definitely think they will.
I think they will too.
If you think about it, they're the first match announced for SummerSlam.
Yeah,
right?
the first big championship match, pretty much. So shout out to you, Natty. I'm just so excited. I can't get off Natty. I just love her.
I'm happy. I'm very, and you know me, I was very critical and hard on Natty, but I'm very happy for her to be in this position and get this opportunity. Who knows? She may walk out the title, may walk out the champion, or we may have a FABULOUS champion at the end of SummerSlam. So it could go so many different ways.
It could. You never know.
That's what's fun. That's what's fun about SmackDown. But yeah.
Well, Nick, before you leave, you want to take some questions with me from the listeners? You haven't done this in a while.
I might as well, since I'm here. I've been excited because I listen to how you answer them on the other podcasts and stuff too, and it's pretty fun. So. All
right, good. Let's take some questions from the listeners. First question is from @_superstar. He asks, or she asks, what would you like to see in WWE 2K18 for the women?
Good question.
I want to see more than... What was it? Was it last year we couldn't get... there was something with the women. We couldn't get them in some match. I don't know. I want a Battle Royal type match, like where they go over the top rope, because it wasn't in this year. And I feel like the WWE does that, or, well, they do the elimination one. But I feel like the women have been doing a lot on WWE right now. So I really have, in the games since last year. So maybe a storyline with the women, a career mode or something. That's where I'm leaning towards. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, I seen that the women's career mode is a no-go this year, but they're adding like eight person matches. So so that's like, yeah. So I'm hopefully that there'll be like an 8-woman battle royal or like an 8-woman elimination match.
Wait a minute,
or something like that.
Are they gonna let women be in this match?
Yes, that is a good question. What I would like to see is more kind of female-focused storylines for Universe Mode. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And, of course, more women, because this past year has been just amazing for the women superstars. I'd love to see Beth Phoenix be DLC. I'd love to see some of the NXT women get a showcase, like the Icons, Ember Moon. I'd even like to see Nikki Cross in there as Sanity.
Yes.
So, I don't know. So
I mean, last year we got 25 girls, so...
Exactly. So I'm really excited about 2K18. It should be a good game, and I will be going to Next Gen for it. So I will finally be able to play with you and Sam online.
Are you getting a PlayStation 4?
Yes, I am, bitch.
All right, good. All right,
That's the reason why I'm getting it.
Good. I can't wait. All right, let's move on. Okay, our next question is from the Sasha _ the Sasha Stan.
Ooh, hey.
He or she asks, apparently there's a superstar shakeup after SummerSlam. Who would you guys draft? Now, I didn't hear about this until like maybe an hour ago. I've been seeing a lot of tweets about it, like you guys have been talking about it on social media. But if it's true, and then I saw some people are saying that they want to swap Naomi and Sasha Banks. I don't see that happening. No, I don't see that happening. I don't see them putting Sasha and Charlotte on the same roster again. Only if Sasha comes in as a heel, then I'd be okay with it. Other than that, because remember, I did say that Charlotte and Sasha will feud again, but Charlotte will be the babyface, Sasha will be the heel. That's how I think they're going to do it.
I just feel like it's too soon. Like, I like the dynamics of having Becky and Charlotte on SmackDown and Bayley and Sasha on Raw right now, you know? So, and I mean, they still have that storyline and they could focus with Sasha and Bayley moving forward, like, as she turns heel. So, if we had to choose, like, just a swap for the women, I'd love to see Emma go to SmackDown.
Yeah.
I don't know who she would go and take place with. I feel like Natty's a staple of SmackDown, so I wouldn't really want to trade her.
I
don't know.
Like, do you have to swap a woman for a woman? Like, I would swap Nia and Randy Orton. Like, honestly, get him the fuck off SmackDown and bring in Nia.
Get him off my TV, really. I feel like Nia's got a good position on Raw, though.
I think Nia will fucking kill it on SmackDown. Kill it. She would fucking kill it.
I also feel like that about Bayley, too. I feel like they dropped the ball, the creative on Raw.
I think Bayley, if this is true, I think Bayley for sure is going to SmackDown. And I think Becky Lynch would go to Raw. That's why I think they'd swap Becky and Bayley.
Ooh, that's a good trade.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I think that would really be a good shakeup, and I think they would bring up the Icons from NXT to SmackDown, have Nikki Bella come back as your Theory, have the Icons pick on her, and Brie Bella be in the Royal Rumble when Nikki Bella has to face both the iconic duo, and then Brie Bella's theme song hits and she comes down to the Royal Rumble and helps eliminate. And then all of a sudden, Karma's theme song hits and she comes back for revenge on the Bella Twins. Yes, that's what I would love to see. And you know, WWE now, they're high when everybody, when you're doing well outside of WWE will come calling, bitch. And Karma, Kaya Stevens was on Glow, a hit series on fucking Netflix.
Amazing on that.
So good. So I can see that happening, and it would be full circle for the Bella Twins and Karma. I think that would be cool.
It would. It'd be fun. I didn't even think of that for Karma to be in there.
All right.
That's like an 8-year storyline, still fucking trying to hold on.
Hey, the Bella Twins did have a past. They had a past.
They did.
Our next question.
They were bitches.
Our next question is from our good old pal Sam Pelly the Brand. Sam asks.
Oh, hey, boo boo.
He asks. So Ty has been signed to TNA. Love to hear your thoughts and Nick since he's on the show as a special guest. Well, Sammy, we just talked about that, and we're both super excited for Taya.
I'm super excited, and I feel like she will be the champion by the end of 2017.
Yeah, and Sam, it's no longer TNA, it's GFW. All right, boo-boo?
Yeah. Get it together. Get out of that rock, Sam.
Now,
get out of the tub.
Get out of the tub. I love Sam. Now, are they going to change the ring? I feel like they are going to change the ring. They need to.
You mean like the shape of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll probably just go back to just the squared circle.
Yeah, and they need to get that shit going. Sam also asked another question. He goes, it's been confirmed that Alexa, Nia, and my girl Carmella are going to be on Total Divas. What is your thoughts? Nick, I'll let you go
Yeah,
first.
so we were talking a little bit about this earlier, and you were not feeling Total Divas this season, but I'll let you talk about that in a bit. I am so excited for it. Like, last season really kind of brought me back into it because of the superstar shakeup essentially for Total Divas. Having Maurice on there, having Renee, having Lana. So this season having those three girls, the NXT girls that we've been watching for years, even talking to online for years as well, finally being on Total Divas and being showcased in kind of different backstage qualities. Like, I can't wait to get to see Alexa and her relationship with Betty Murphy, or Carmella with Big Cass, and Nia Jax and her family dynamic. You know, like, I'm just really excited to kind of see what's going on. So clearly, Paige, Eva, and Renee have been replaced by those three, but I'm okay with that, and I'm just really excited to kind of see where this opportunity will go further with the girls. So I'm happy for them all, too.
I mean, it's season 7.
What's your thoughts?
They're filming season 7, and every season we get a shake-up with the cast, and I feel like the show is so manufactured that it just doesn't do it for me. Like, because we watch the product, we know the product, and we know how traveling is with WWE. I feel like it doesn't, the way that they edit this show and try to make, like, conflicts between the girls seems just so fake. Because if the girls are going to have any conflicts, it's usually behind this backstage at a WWE event, because that's when they're all together. And they're never together. They don't film together. And I feel like that's where Total Diva kind of, like, falls off for me, is because the women don't film together as much as I feel like they should. And when they do, it's just super manufactured. And last season, I was so excited to see Maurice get incorporated into Total Divas, the whole cast. And I feel like it was a bit of a letdown. Like, she had that one scene putting Brie Bella together, but we didn't get one with her and Nikki Bella. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's something that they kind of dropped the ball with. Like, that's something we...
Well, I feel like we're definitely going to see that next season because of the WrestleMania kind of build-up and, like, all the storyline going forward.
Hopefully.
So hold out for that. But I know what you mean, though.
It's just so... It's not that I don't like Total Divas. I'm not excited. I'll say that. I'm not... Because it's such a letdown, but... That's just how I feel right now. I could change. Alexa Bliss and Carmella could come and churn it the fuck up, and I'd be like, yes. But the one who was a standout for me last season was Renee. Renee started all the drama. Renee carried all the bones, and I'm kind of disappointed that they got rid of Renee. Before, Summer Rae would carry all the bones and get the shit going, and they got rid of Summer Rae. It's like, no, you gotta keep somebody that's gonna cause the motherfucking trouble. And I don't know why Total Divas always keeps that revolving door, in and out, in and out. Like, no, we need to have somebody in there that's going to cause this trouble. I'm glad that they got rid of fucking Alicia Fox, because she was just so annoying on that show.
Oh, I hated her on that.
They got rid of Ariane, Cameron, and Cameron kept the shit going too. Cameron stirred the pot, and then they faded her out towards the end, and then they got rid of her. So Total Divas needs to get it the fuck together. And Nia Jax seems a bit shady and sassy, so I'll be excited to see Nia, and Carmella. So hopefully they turn it up, and I hope that Maurice finally gets her confrontation with Nikki Bella now that they're being forced to work with. I feel like the whole storyline is going to be like, oh, we haven't talked in years, now we're being forced to work together, and Nikki Bella's all about women empowerment, so Nikki Bella's going to make amends because Nikki's more softer than Brie. Brie's more of the she's more of the grunt one. Yeah, it is what it is, and she is. So I don't feel like anything explosive is gonna happen between Nikki Bella and Maurice. I don't really think so. So we'll see. Maybe Lana will turn it up. I would like to see Lana and Carmella go at it. I think that would be fucking fun, because I know they had some words for each other on social media a couple of years ago. So you remember that? Those two were like shading each other. I thought it was funny, but we'll see what happens. Oh, we have another question from one of my favorite listeners. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little biased with him, but him and his boyfriend are so cute. Anthony Fearless One. He asked... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love him. He goes, do you think Brie has another title reign in her? It depends. I feel like it depends. Because she'd be the first woman to come back after giving birth to be a WWE champion. So I feel like there's a story in that, and I could see WWE trying to go with it, with them pushing like women empowerment and all of that. And it would be cool for her to win the belt around Mother's Day. I think it would be cool. Like, I'm just thinking storyline wise, Nick, not like yeah.
Okay.
So if she comes back and she's really like picked up her game and she's on the mic doing just as well as her sister, because her sister's fucking phenomenal.
Well, that's not gonna happen though, James. Like, I'm sorry, but I just like rewatched a couple Brie Bella promos the other day, and I'm just like, oh.
I mean,
don't miss that.
But Nick, right now she's sitting at home and she's watching everybody else perform. Bree's not an idiot, I hope.
Yeah.
I know that she's gonna sit there and she's just gonna look and be like, when I come back, I gotta really like pick it up, because my sister fucking killed it on her return.
Yeah.
Because Nikki Bella did that. She made us eat it.
She's gonna be like, well, she killed it. I want to be better than her.
Good. Good.
So.
Competition. You see, Alicia Fox? You see? Competition. You're inspired. You want to do better. So good for you, Brie. And you know what? If she comes back and she wins that belt, good for her. Good for her. Shout out. She'll be the first woman to ever leave and have a baby come back successfully. So it would be nice to see. Anthony asks a second question. He says, tell me your dream Total Divas cast, only with the girls that are contracted, though.
Can we just, like, establish how many girls we could choose from? Like, just 8? Is that fair? Or, like, 7?
That's too many. Let's just say 5.
Okay, thank God. Okay. Well, are you going first, or you
I'll go first. Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, Renee Young, Summer Rae, and Maria Kanellis.
Interesting. Left out your girl Natty.
I'm sorry. I want conflict. All right, Nick. So your top 5 girls for Total Divas.
Yeah. So if I had to choose top 5, to be honest, I'd take the Bellas off it. I know that was crazy.
They got their own show.
They got their own show now. Right?
I didn't think of that. But go on.
Yeah. So I'd have Natty. Summer Rae.
Yep.
Renee Young. Nia Jax. Because how I would have her kind of implemented with it would be like if somebody pissed her off real big, and you know, like Total Divas is a stage. Why just have her like fucking toss some bitch, like just toss her into the pool or some shit. And I like the idea of Maria on there, but because the Bellas wouldn't be on that, I'd probably bring back Kelly.
The reason why I put Maurice and Maria in mine is for the... Oh, I didn't say Maurice because I said Summer instead of Maurice. But
yeah,
you know how the housewives have friends? Maurice would be Maria Kanellis' friend, so they could come and combat with the Bellas.
Okay, nice.
All right, let's move on to our next question. We got a question from Bella K. Royce. He asked, do you think Natty is winning the title, or do you see Naomi retaining and getting cashed in at the same time? The same night.
You go first, Jane.
If I see Natty winning, well, they made a mention about her pay-per-view streak the other day. About this is what the next one's gonna be her 38th pay-per-view in a row. Not in a row, but
39th.
39th competing in a pay-per-view. So, and it's tying up to Trish. So maybe, and it's SummerSlam. So Natty's had a SummerSlam one-on-one match before against Brie Bella.
And she won that.
Yeah, so it's possible. I wouldn't be mad at it. You guys know I love Natty, so if Natty wins, it's possible. But I don't want Carmella to cash in at SummerSlam. I don't. What about you, Nick?
No, I see Naomi retaining. I see Carmella coming out, doing a little tease for it. Looks like she's going to cash in. And Naomi, drop kicks her out of the ring, before she can actually start it. So they can just keep teasing that. But I feel like the focus really needs to be on the Natty-Naomi match and, the really competitive back and forth. You think Natty's going to win at any moment, but Naomi's glow. She finds her glow, and she wins. So,
yeah.
That's my thing.
I find Carmella cashing in at Survivor Series.
Yeah, somewhere down the line,
Okay, we have another question from El Boogie86. He asked, I have a random question. How do you feel about all the negative opinions concerning the changes to the SmackDown title for Naomi? I mean, her fucking belt glows. She has a customized belt. You know who's had a customized belt, you guys? Getting real close. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not The Undertaker. Yeah, The Undertaker did have a custom belt, but his wasn't a big deal like The Rock's was. The Rock had a custom belt as well. So John Cena's had a custom belt. And I've just named a bunch of legends. Edge has had a custom belt. All these legends. And Naomi has a custom belt. Legendary. So fuck everybody else. This is exactly why people look at us, the internet wrestling community, and people think we're fucking stupid. Because a lot of people on the internet play along and make us all look fucking stupid because they so fucking ridiculous. Like, I think it's great. It doesn't cheapen the belt at all. It just customizes it and it goes with her character. Not everybody, when somebody takes that belt off of Naomi's, it's not going to fucking glow, people. Like, come on. It's for Naomi. It's a custom belt. So, to answer your question, El Boogie, I love it. I'm here for it.
I love it too. I'm here for it. It stands out. It's like you said, she's the first woman to ever have a customized belt. That means something, you know? So, and it's fucking amazing looking too. Like, it's neon, it lights up. Like, it's a showcase piece, you know? So,
for real.
And it just goes and showcases that WWE is very invested in Naomi right now.
Exactly, and so that's what we wanted.
That's why I also feel she won't lose the title at SummerSlam just yet.
Exactly. They put in a lot of money.
They just put the glow on this belt. So.
They put meaning they put the coins into this belt, baby.
Yes.
But, Nick, you've said a lot.
I've said a lot.
You've said a lot. And I'm so happy that you came on to talk with me for, the hour. And I think it was fun. We had a good time. We
talked about an hour. Yeah.
So, Nick, you want to give the listeners...
It was. Thank you. Oh.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say thank you for having me on. Like, it was amazing. Of course. It was fun to have my ringside debut, you know? But yeah, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you can find me at Prince Pipebomb. That's right, I'm still Prince Pipebomb, bitch. So don't you forget that. And yeah, so I will definitely be on at another time.
Yeah.
Do another pay-per-view review. So.
Yes, we'll do pay-per-view, maybe NXT, something. We'll come up with something.
Couple dragons. I want to hear some more dragons. Here.
Yes.
I love the Alicia Fox one. So.
For sure. Well, Nick, I want to thank you again. It was super fun, but now I'm going to move on to start talking about Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. So, thanks, Nick.
All right, bye.
Okay, guys, now let's talk about some Monday Night Raw, and we're going to talk a little bit about SmackDown as well. Once again, thank you, Nick, for jumping on with me earlier and just discussing everything else that's going on in the wrestling world and answering questions from the listeners. We have some more questions that I'm going to answer after. So, without further ado, let's just jump into it. Let's start off with Monday Night Raw, okay? First of all, what the fuck was Renee Young doing on Monday Night Raw? That shit threw me off. I was like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on? Now that they canceled Talking Smack, I guess they're trying to find other things for Renee to do. But Renee is now on double duty, so is she traveling for Raw and SmackDown? Like, what's going on? I read that she is. So, I guess congrats to Renee. Hopefully they threw some extra coins at you for that extra traveling. But I guess you get to see her man for, I guess, the weekend, maybe a couple of days longer. So she doesn't have to travel with SmackDown so long. She probably just flies into the live shows. So maybe it works out for Renee. I don't know. But it just looks brutal. Looks like there's a lot that's going on for her. But, Renee was interviewing Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle was just over there talking about the Jason Jordan, whatever the hell is going on with that. Yada, yada, yada. And then he gets interrupted by Emma. Emma pops in on screen. And she's just telling Kurt Angle that she's just tired of being overlooked and why is she sitting in the back. And last week she expressed her anger on social media that I believe it was her 50th anniversary and she was sitting backstage. So Kurt Angle said, you know what? Emma was talking about it, and then she said that Bayley and Sasha looked up to her when she was in NXT, and what does she have to do for an opportunity around here? Does she have to date his son to get an opportunity? So I thought that was funny that she said that and kind of like kind of sultry. Like, I was like, yes, Emma. I kind of would like a gimmick like that, like a finesse queen. I think that would be cute. But I don't know if Emma can pull it off, but she did a good job mentioning it, so who knows. So Kurt Angle didn't like that so much, so, and then he's like, okay, you want opportunity, you want to compete, all right, then you're gonna be put in a match with Nia Jax tonight. So Kurt put her in a match with Nia. Wow, out of everybody, I thought he was gonna put her against Mickie James or something, but because you know Nia is busy right now with Alexa Bliss doing stuff for her. But I thought it was cool that she put Nia against Emma, and man, oh man, did Nia whoop her ass. Nia was all over Emma. She threw her over here, threw her over there, dragged over here, and then did that rolling senton. Like, what? That shit shocked me. I was like, yes, Nia, you better roll on into that bitch and hit her good. And it was pretty good. Emma sold amazingly. Like, Emma really looked like she was hurt out there. And Nia is just super, super destructive. And I just can't wait for Nia to actually become champion at some point. Like, I could wait a little bit for it. I like a good build, and I hope they build her towards it really well. But I just can't wait to see Nia as the WWE Women's Champion, and just to watch her reign. And hopefully it happens, and hopefully it happens soon. But Nia, you're doing a great job, girl. So shout out to you, Nia, and shout out to Emma. Emma, you did amazing. And like, people are all upset that Emma got squashed by Nia. But I mean, like, you're going up against Nia fucking Jax. You're gonna have to get your ass beat. Like, I'm sorry. And it was an opportunity for Emma to get in front of TV, and Emma, she even got a talking point backstage, and she got a match. So I don't understand why people are upset because she didn't win. Is it because she got squashed by Nia? Like, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. She's a heel, and Nia's a heel as well. So I thought it was cool that Raw put two heels together in a match. And they both so happen to be women. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Emma's position. Emma needs to prove to the WWE Universe that she can be on that tier once again, because she did it on NXT. She got up there, and that's it. And the reasoning why is because she was the most experienced out of all the other girls down there in NXT. So it made sense for Emma to go and have that opportunity at the time. But right now, the competition is super, super stiff right now. It's really hard for Emma to find her place in the division, but I feel like she's working really hard towards it. And what they're doing right now with her on Raw, they gave her a talking point. They had her have a match with Nia Jax. That is a great start for me. Now they just got to keep it going. So guys, don't get upset that she lost, okay? You guys, it's not about the W's and the L's right here. It's about her being used and building a character. And she teased it a bit with Kurt Angle, and then she got beat up by Nia. So hopefully next week she comes back and complains and says that it wasn't fair or some shit. Who knows? But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the booking, and I thought it was great, and I was happy to see Emma. But, and then we get to Bayley versus Sasha Banks later on in the show. We have Alexa come out, and she sits down on the commentary team, and she's just she calls them Team Gag Reflex. I thought that was hilarious from Alexa. And Alexa's just sitting there talking a lot of shit with her eyes squinted. You know who she reminded me of? She reminded me of little Stewie from Family Guy with her eyes all squinted. I don't know. I was telling Jared about it, and he was like, yeah, she does look like him. So it was funny. And I liked how she also mentioned that, like, Sasha's ego. That Sasha's ego is just too big, and it's going to eat her and swallow her alive, because she can't take the fact that if Bayley beats her, moves on to SummerSlam, the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, that Sasha can't sit in the background and just watch. So, I guess that's a seed. Because, Sasha's, I mean, fucking Alexa Bliss is basically just sitting there stirring the pot. And, you know, we move on to the match. Bayley versus Sasha. They're really going at it. They're throwing each other punches and shit like that. It was really good. I love the dynamics between Bayley and Sasha. Like, these two are meant to be rivals, not best friends. But I understand WWE wants to build and build, because, you know, we all want Sasha to go heel. But when it comes to the match, I thought the match was great. I liked how, actually, I don't know if I liked it, but Bayley really got knocked in this match during the turnbuckle when Sasha grabbed her by the arm and just dragged her into the second turnbuckle. Bayley's head really rocked off that fucking turnbuckle. And then when I fucking rewinded it to try to watch it again, the camera angles changed. So WWE went and switched the camera angles while they were filming the live feed. So if you wanted to rewind it, you wouldn't be able to catch it. But I'm sure somebody caught that angle. And Bayley really hit her head on there. That shit looked painful. And another thing that I really liked about this match was Sasha's knee strikes. I thought Sasha was all over the place with her knee strikes. Like, Bayley could not escape these knee strikes from Sasha Banks. They were really, really cool. And, the match went on perfectly, and Bayley ended up with a win. And when Sasha went for the frog splash, and Bayley rolled her up with Sasha's momentum. So I thought it was a great match between the two of them. And Bayley picked up the W. And I'm kind of happy that Bayley picked up the W. I didn't really check social media to see what the reaction was with people with Bayley winning. But I was happy because, you know what? This is more to build on the Sasha Banks character as being jealous. And she's the boss. It's all about her. She's very conceited. She's narcissistic. It's all about Sasha fucking Banks. So it's going to build towards something. And I'm excited to see. So I thought Raw was great. This is one of the best episodes of Raw that I've seen in a while, so it was pretty cool. So good job, girls. All the girls on Raw did amazing. Now we can move on to SmackDown with Naomi being interviewed by Dasha. Quick shout out to Charlie Caruso, because I loved how after Nia versus Emma, and the camera zoomed into Nia's face when she got up to the ramp before she was leaving. And then the camera faded out to the next cut, to the next scene. And it was Charlie's face. So Charlie and Nia Jax's face kind of blended in together. Like, you go from one beautiful woman's face to another beautiful woman's face. So I was just like, oh my God. And Charlie, you look so good with your hair pulled back. Love it. The girl is gorgeous. But speaking of gorgeous girls interviewing superstars, Dasha was interviewing Naomi, and she was asking her how does she feel about Natty not shaking her hand at BattleGround this past Sunday. And Naomi just said that it was basically disrespectful that she didn't shake her hand. Like, she's the champion, and this, that, and the third. Like, she was kind of surprised that Natty would do something like that. All of a sudden, Natty just pops in, and she dismisses Dasha, and she throws her shade at Naomi and tells Naomi, like, you know what, you don't deserve respect. I'm not going to give you respect after you tarnished and churned the WWE Women's Championship into a toy. And then she goes, you disgust me. And she's like, that she doesn't know nothing about legacy and class and blah, blah, blah. You guys know how Natty gets into it. And I like that WWE is playing with that and having Natty use that as ammunition, because, when Natty was feuding with Nikki Bella, Natty goes for the throat. She goes for the jugular. She really hits you where it hurts. And Naomi has received a bit of a backlash from some fans saying that she's cheapened the belt by putting the glow and stuff all over it, which I don't think she has. I think she added her own little touch. And what she mentioned, she told Natty that you're stuck in the past and that she didn't tarnish this belt. All she did was added a little bit of herself to the belt to represent her. And it's all about feeling the glow and this, that, and the third. You know how Naomi gets into things. And Naomi cut a good promo. She cut a good babyface promo. And she told Natty that basically she's going to drag her, so she needs to stop with the shade, and that she's too busy stuck in that dungeon of hers, and blah, blah, blah. Basically, Natty needs to get with the times and look at the future. So I like that little exchange between the two of them, because it seems like it's going to get personal. And you guys know I live for a personal feud. And, Natty always throws those cheap shots. So I like that Natty brought that up about the belt. I think it was really good. And so if Natty is to take the belt off Naomi, it would be a really good segment to watch Natty have them remove all the glow stuff. Like, yeah, take that garbage out, take that cheap shit out. Natty, she'll slay that role. So it was pretty cool. So Natty walks off, and then we hear a knock. I'm like, where is the door? Where is the door? And then Carmella pops on screen, knocking on her briefcase, just taunting Naomi, letting Naomi know that she's in the background and she's watching. Wherever Naomi goes, she's going. Wherever Naomi's eating, she's eating. Where Naomi's shopping, she's shopping. If Naomi's watching Game of Thrones, Carmella's watching Game of Thrones too, okay? Shout out to Game of Thrones. If you guys watched this previous episode on Sunday, it fucking slayed. So for all my Game of Thrones watchers that listen to me, shout out to you guys. So we can move on to the tag match between Becky Lynch and Charlotte versus Tamina and the lovely Russian Lana. So I like this match. I thought this match was good, and there was a purpose for this match, which I like. I like when WWE does things that make fucking sense. So, and it's just not a random tag team match. So we had the tag match between the two girls, and you know they've been in a between the two groups. They've been in a fucking feud for like a little bit now, and the match starts off. We get like a little Lana gets into the ring, and then she quickly tags herself out, and she tags Tamina back in. So Tamina comes into the ring. She gets into a bit of a shoving match with Becky Lynch, which I thought was great. I love the whole shoving each other, and then the look on Tamina's face. Tamina's like, really, bitch? You think that you can have a shoving match with me? So Tamina tries to go clothesline her. You know, and then her and Becky get into it. They have really great chemistry together. I feel like Becky can wrestle anybody at this point. Becky's super talented and underrated, and WWE doesn't let this girl wrestle like how she knows how to fucking wrestle, and I keep saying that, but it's the truth. So, you know, we have they're going at it back and forth. Charlotte gets the hot tag, and the crowd pops. I'm like, yes, look at the fucking Charlotte's transitioning into a babyface, just lovely. And she comes in, and she's hitting her chops and everything, hitting all her spots. Pretty cool. And then Tamina gets her with a super kick. Lana found her opportunity to tag herself in so she could get some shine. You know what I mean? Because Lana, I feel like Lana's kind of like, we don't know who's trying to help out who between Lana and Tamina. So Lana gets into the match, and she ended up losing the match to Charlotte and Tamina. I mean, to Charlotte and Becky. And she suffered a super kick or a big boot from Charlotte, and Charlotte pinned her. So I thought it was a strong match. And in between the match, Lana got the "you can't wrestle" chance, and I'm like, okay. And then Lana addressed it as well on social media, and she was talking about how people are haters and this, that, and the third, which is cool. She's a heel. She can't talk shit, but that's her character, guys. Like, don't think like Lana doesn't know that. Lana is pretending not to know how to wrestle in the ring. Like, Lana knows a thing or two right now. I wouldn't say like she's heavily skilled like a Natalya Neidhart. Absolutely not. But she knows her way around the ring a bit, and she's fairly new. And WWE is booking her like she's inexperienced, and she's still the quote-unquote diva. So it's cool with me. So she can get "you can't wrestle" chance. They're going to turn it into something. Kind of like what they did with the whole Eva Marie syndrome. You guys know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I got on SmackDown and Raw today. This is kind of running into a long show, but before we leave, I'm going to answer some questions for my fellow listeners, my lovely listeners that I love so much. I love when you guys send questions. I want them every week. Okay. Let's see. Let me pull up some questions that you guys sent in. Okay, here's some more questions. I did some earlier. We're going to do some right now. Okay. This question is from _ the superstar. He asks, who would you book Eva Marie's return with? I would book Eva Marie's return with Ma Carano telling her that they'll no longer be needing her services at this point, because I don't see Eva Marie coming back. I don't see her dyeing her hair red again. She's doing movies now. Her freaking clothing line is doing well. So I don't know. I really don't know. I talked about her earlier on the show. I think Eva Marie is on her way out, to be honest. So I really can't. If I was to pick somebody right now on the SmackDown, like, who's to say she was to go back to SmackDown, because we had a draft. She wasn't drafted. So I can't answer that. I'm sorry. I don't know. Next question is from Bella K. Royce. Hey, baboo. Are you excited for Naomi versus Natty or Bayley versus Alexa? Personally, I'm excited for Naomi versus Natty. I've been wanting this for a while now, even before Naomi got injured when she first captured the championship, because I felt like they were building up Natty for that position before Naomi took that little injury from that moonsault with her knee, and then she returned shortly after WrestleMania. But I'm super excited that I'm getting this for SummerSlam. So yeah, and then Natty deserves it. Okay. Another question from Bella K. Royce. Thoughts on the bash Natty has been getting for receiving a push. I'm tired of these bipolar fans. You know what? Me too, because the fans are just, I said it earlier and I'll say it again, wrestling fans are fucking stupid. It is what it is. They paint us all to look like fucking idiots. And then when you ask people on the street, what do they think about wrestling fans? The first thing they say is that they think we're stupid. So And a lot of these fans play into that. But Natty's worked her ass off. I don't understand why they wouldn't want Natty to be in that position against Naomi. She's a great heel. Naomi's a great babyface. They have great chemistry. So why not? Fucking dummies. But that's that. Random Guy 12W asks, who do you think has the most potential on NXT aside from Bianca Belair? Because you already know I would say her. And what finisher should Aaliyah use? Her current one. Oh, I didn't get the rest of your question. It kind of cut off. But I think you said it's kind of awkward or something. But yeah. For who do I think has the most potential right now in NXT aside from Bianca Belair is I really like Ruby Riott. That's who's sitting on my head right now. I think she has the full package. She just needs story. So Ruby's probably my second favorite. I love her. So she just needs a storyline. She could be a good babyface on NXT if they do her right. But NXT is just not doing storylines right now. And the reasoning why I feel like they're not doing storylines right now is because I think the superstar shakeup might be true. I think NXT is afraid of putting these superstars in these big storylines when Vince McMahon could just pluck them out of there at any point. So maybe the superstar shakeup is coming up, but I don't know. But I like those two women. Okay, I got another question from Price. I always want to call you Preston. Preston Kyle Burner. Brawner. Sorry. I really am sorry. I got that right last time. He asks, how do you feel about Emma jobbing out once again? I just said this earlier. I don't feel like she jobbed out. Like, it's okay. Like, her character, she got to display some personality, and then she got into the ring, and she got some exposure. And, you know, she was backstage telling the boss that she's going to basically fuck his son. So the boss put her in a match, and she got her ass beat. So it was great. Like, I liked it. And it's Nia Jax. It's not like she got beat up by Mickie James, like, squashed by Mickie James. And it was impactful. It was memorable. Like, Nia Jax did her awesome rolling senton on Emma that we've never seen, and that video clip will live on forever. And you know who she did it on? Emma. So I think Emma's in a good position right now, and she's not in the best position. She's in a good position. Emma hasn't got a full comeback since injury. She's very injury prone right now. Okay, and Vince doesn't really push people who are injury prone, people who get injured quickly. Like, look at Finn Balor. Finn's not pushed straight up to the top because Vince feels like he's injury prone. Same with Dolph Ziggler. Vince felt like he was injury prone. Sorry, guys. But I get like, I think Emma's feeling I feel like Emma's feeling a bit of that backlash as well. So I don't know, but I'm okay with how they're reintroducing her into the division. We got something going on right now with Alexa Bliss and Bayley, which should come to a wrap after SummerSlam. So I think Emma's in a good spot right now. She just needs to keep her head down and keep raising her voice and just keep doing the work, Emma. I think she's doing a good job. So, Preston asks the second question also. Do you also think Tamina has been killing it lately? Because I definitely do. Absolutely. Tamina's been doing a great job. Like, I love how she stared down Lana at the end of her match, basically teasing something. Like, is she mad at Lana? Is she going to stop beating up on Lana? Is Lana going to start transitioning into a baby face? Because, you know, the crowd loves Lana. So I feel like WWE really wants to push Lana as a baby face as well. And maybe start fading out her accent. I think it's going to happen at some point. Maybe they can start doing segments where her getting speech therapy or something, because I feel like that would be a more believable way if they had her sit backstage and act like she's working on her English. And I think they could add some comedy into it as well, because Lana's very expressive, and I think Lana would be a hit doing a comedy skit on SmackDown. I think it would be good. I know I'm not a big fan of comedy and with wrestling, but I feel like Lana can do a good job, and I feel like Lana can pull that off. So, but your question wasn't about Lana. Your question was about Tamina. Tamina is doing amazing, okay? I'm tired of her being somebody's fucking bodyguard. And it doesn't look like this is the case with her and Lana. And Tamina's always been solid for me. She's always been fun to watch in the ring. And she always gives my favorite super kicks. So, I'm a fan of Tamina's. But yeah, guys, I think that concludes all the questions that I've received. I wish I had more questions. I would sit here and answer you guys' questions all fucking day, but I've answered all the questions, and plus we had some other questions earlier in the show. But I just want to sit here and I just want to thank you guys for spending this hour and 45 minutes with me, just here to sit down and talk some wrestling. Also, I want to clear something up. I said earlier about the Alicia Fox not posting about her Barbie doll, but she recently did, and she did like what, 4 days later. But that's okay. I recorded the first part of the show Monday. So, and that was the day that she mentioned something about her Barbie doll. But everything I said about Alicia Fox still stands. She should have did that earlier when all the other women were doing it. It is what it is. But I'm glad that she finally said something about her doll. But it's a little bit too late. The hype. She should have got with the hype. But yeah, I've said a lot, guys. I've said a lot. And once again, thank you guys. Please rate, subscribe, show me all that love that you can show me, because I really enjoy doing this and I really love sitting down talking to you guys. And we'll do it again next week, okay? So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.